Ladies and gentlemen, your favorite Zionist prince, Tal the Traveling Clack, coming to you live from Iran. We're going to do something we don't usually do. We're going on TikTok to a TikTok account called That's Kaizen, who's chiming in about why Americans should support Iran, I believe. Let's check it out. Let's see what he says.
Last night, after Trump bombed Iran's nuclear sites, why are we defending Israel? Fair question, especially when some people are claiming that Trump just did it to fulfill Netanyahu's bidding. Now, I get that people are scared of repeating Iraq, but here's the thing. There is clear America first rationale for the bombing, even if you ignore Israel entirely. And it's important to understand it, even if you disagree. So here it is. First, civilian nuclear energy requires 3 to 5% enriched uranium. Research reactors use 20%. Nuclear bombs need about 90%. Iran's been enriching to 60% since 2021. There is no peaceful reason to do that. In the best case, it's a bluff for negotiating leverage for Iran versus the US. In the worst case, it's prep to make a bomb. 2, going from 60 to 90% takes weeks. After that, it's much harder to track what they're doing. They could make a bomb in secret, underground, at their Fordo facility. And that's probably why Trump bombed it. Iran has restricted international surveillance. The International Atomic Energy Agency director said they can't confirm Iran's program is peaceful. Worse, in 2023, the IAEA found uranium particles enriched to 83.7% at Fordo. Iran called it an accident. Many experts were skeptical. Third, why strike now if they've had 60% for years? Because between February and May of this year, Iran boosted their 60% stockpile by about 50%, enough to make multiple bombs. Fourth, a nuclear Iran doesn't just threaten Israel or the US. It triggers a chain reaction across the Middle East. Saudi Arabia has already said, if they get a bomb, we have to get a bomb. Even Muslim countries consider Iran's government a threat. The UAE has called out Iran's regime for creating tension and instability in the Middle East by funding terrorists. Saudi Arabia calls it the head of the snake. Fifth, a nuke gives Iran cover to escalate proxy warfare through Hezbollah and Hamas, which they fund. They don't even need to use the bomb. Just having it changes everything. And sixth, Iran's regime, the Islamic Republic, chants death to America.
All the time. Look at these cave people. Not the Persians, not the Iranians, the Islamic regime. Look at them.
Now, to be fair, America's history of missteps in the region has contributed to that hostility. But acknowledging mistakes in history doesn't mean ignoring threats in the present. The fact is, a nuclear Iran is a real threat. Was Trump influenced by Netanyahu? Maybe. But he chose to target Iran's nuclear capabilities, and there's a strong America First rationale. If you don't like what he did, ask yourself, what was the alternative? It was a calculated risk, not an easy choice. But Iran was playing nuclear poker. Uncertainty was their weapon. Trump removed that uncertainty. Peace isn't made only through diplomacy. Sometimes it requires force, such as the imperfect and sadly violent world of man. I don't know if Trump exhausted every peaceful option first. I hope he did, but he made a choice. Hopefully, this helped you understand that choice, even if you disagree. Now, we all wait to see the consequences. Trump rolled the iron dice of war. Let's pray that the result is peace, even if that peace was won through force.
Kaizen does a great job here explaining, I don't know if his name is Kaizen, explaining the idea, the concept of peace through strength. With the Islamic regime of Iran, we weren't left many options here, okay? We know that there was a plan regardless of what the Dave Smiths of the world and all these people, the Candace Owens, are going to gaslight you and pretend like there was no intention in creating a bomb and they were never going to create a bomb. We have clear evidence that they were going to create a bomb. And even if you want to put that all on the side, Marco Rubio, I think, said it best. All the evidence proves that none of their intentions were for peaceful purposes. None of their intentions were for peaceful purposes. The fact that you, for peaceful purposes, have hidden all of your nuclear enrichment underground in a fucking mountain proves everything enough. And again, on top of that, you can't enrich uranium and play these mind games with are we doing, are we not, while chanting death to Israel, death to America. You can't do it. It's not in Pakistan they have nuclear weapons, but you don't see on a governmental level them chanting death to Israel, at least not on a regular basis. It's not part of the code of the country, while they're extremely hostile towards Israel and I would say a very backward society. I've never been happy or interested in Pakistan. I've always said it looks like a very, very shitty place. It's not part of the culture of the government of Pakistan. The IRGC openly condones this idea of death to America, death to Israel, death to the West. They are our enemies, and they actively employ proxies across the Middle East to actually take action upon that. They actionize the death to America, death to Israel thing. A la October 7th, a la attacks from Hezbollah on the United States of America and on Israel, a la the Houthis closing shipping in the Red Sea and parts of the Mediterranean and forcing all of global shipping around the Horn of Africa. All of this stuff compiles a clear indication of what they're looking to accomplish. So I think Kaizen did a great job explaining this matter, explaining this in a way that everybody can understand. And peace through strength is the way. I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you a long time. Goodbye, Klutz.
If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.